Hello my friends, this is an update video of sorts, kind of tell you what's on my plate, but also an update of what's happening in the world as we speak. We know that 2020 has been a metamorphic year. It's been a crazy year, and perhaps it's marked by the numerous protests around the world, from Black Lives Matter in America and the UK to protests in Belarus and Brazil against corrupt governments. Now we're seeing one of the largest protests to have ever taken the streets, and it's the 250 million strong protest by farmers and other working class folks in India against what can really be called the neoliberal policies passed by the government. Basically, it's repealing regulations that would otherwise protect the working poor in pursuit of gaining favour with large corporations, because large corporations, they have the capital. They can set the prices extremely low and therefore stifle competition, destroy all the competition by purely the convenience of their costs, and therefore put farmers in a precarious place. In the last decade or so, we've seen thousands and thousands of Indian farmers commit suicide because they cannot make ends meet, and this will make things far fucking worse. This is insane. And as somebody from a human rights organization in India kind of recalled, Modi and his kind of corporate goons have taken the adage to heart: never let a good crisis go to waste. So they've taken this coronavirus pandemic and taken advantage of the working poor, the majority, in favour of large corporations. This is neoliberal at its worst. And, this isn't even conspiratorial. I'm not talking about the government's plan to kill off large population. This is actually what's happening right now. This is the government not giving a shit about the working class, about people who are just trying to make ends meet day to day. Largely from farmers from the state of Punjab, but farmers are in surrounding states where the farmland is most fertile, and it's clear opportunism. It's a lack of humanity, and it's not like Modi is like Trump. It's not like Modi is losing popularity, although the way he's dealt with this pandemic has been definitely not exemplary. But it's just something that they've been creeping up on in the last couple of years, maybe a couple of decades, and they thought now is the right time to just take advantage. Now these farmers, a lot of these people, middle-aged, these people cannot find another job really. Just imagine that, like your whole livelihood's being taken away from you from large corporations who can afford the loss in costs temporarily, and so therefore make profit long term by pretty much killing literally the competition. And this is the problem with unregulated capitalism. This is not communistic philosophy. This is where capitalism destroys and kills pretty much the working class. An example here would be, and it explained, and this is kind of an example that explains the power of large corporations. Several years ago, there was a company online called diaper.com or nappies.com, the biggest nappy seller. Amazon told them, we would like to buy you, and therefore, killing competition, because they own the competition. And nappies.com, they said, actually, no, we're doing really well. We don't want to. we don't really want to sell our business. You know, we put our blood, sweat, and tears into this company. So what Amazon did was because they're a large corporation, they can make a loss in a certain product range. So they reduced their cost to the point where diapers.com couldn't compete. Therefore, diapers.com, started losing business at unprecedented rate. And as a result, they had to sell themselves. So Amazon bought them in the end. This is the nature of just endless money. You can buy politicians. You can buy off your competition. You can pretty much you have control over the land. The power is just unregulated if you don't have a regulated capitalism. But yes, more on this in future videos. But what's on my plate right now? I'm going to do more videos, but more entertaining videos, because sometimes videos can be a bit of a, when you're, just red-pilled, when you're getting the facts on the ground, it can be quite depressing, especially in 2020 when we've been, just all directions been facing the threat of global economies collapsing, people losing jobs, people dying from pandemic, which of course just yesterday US just hit the second highest day in number of deaths since April due to poor leadership. So that's insane. But I'm gonna do more entertaining stuff. I'm gonna do more arty things. I'm gonna release more art. But yeah, I'm excited about showing some of the more entertaining, more comedic stuff. Whilst at the same time also diving into the problems with our systems. More on this in future videos.